Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel again. This is Mason Sushi and Robin Mihara, the winner, the third place finisher in the 1990 World Championship for Nintendo, and he is starting a movie about Tetris, and I wanted to hear how he's starting it and what made him interested in going with it. Robin?
Hello. I guess it started a couple years ago at the Portland Retro Expo. I had written Rick Weiss, the guy that I knew was putting it together, and thought that it would be fun to hold a NWC contest. 5 years ago, the only way you could get a NWC cart was to come up with $5 grand and buy it. It's known as the holy grail of collecting, I hear. But recently it's been reproduced, and you can get it fairly inexpensively. So I got a few copies together and decided just to have a small contest with 3 Nintendos and 3 small televisions. And I met director Adam Cornelius there, who was a big Tetris fan. And Adam was thinking of starting a documentary on Harry Hong, who he believed was the greatest Tetris player in the world. Harry was the first person to officially max out NES Tetris at 999,999. And I told Adam that he actually wasn't entirely true, that Harry wasn't necessarily the best. There was another man named Jonas that had done it before Harry and just hadn't submitted it yet. And there was also rumors that Thor Ackerland, the gentleman who beat me 20 years prior, could max it out, and in addition to that could get to this mythical level of 30 in the game, the Nintendo version. And Adam went home and thought about it and called me the next day and said, okay, you're right, I'm changing the movie. I want it to be on finding the best player, since Harry's not necessarily it. Let's make it a feature-length documentary, and I want you to be my star. And I said, hell yes. Because in 1990, when Thor won, I felt like I missed out on all the fame. I saw Thor on TV all the time, Home Shopping Network and Arsenio Hall, and I felt like it was my time, 20 years later, that I would finally get people to watch. So we just started putting it together. We brought Vince Clemente on board to take care of the tournament details, and Adam and I were the co-producers, and Adam directed, and we hired a director of photography and a sound guy, and I just started finding and contacting all of the greatest Tetris players in the world, most of which I found from the Twin Galaxies top 10 list. And I wanted to hold the contest in movie theaters so that we could project the screens behind us in front of an audience, just like the NWC had. And after 6 months of planning or so, we had it all ready, and the only question mark was whether we could get my old nemesis Thor to show up. He wasn't sure if he could make it, and I don't want to ruin anything in the movie, but that's one of the suspenseful parts, is whether or not he comes. We held the contest last August, and we crowned a champion, and I think we got the best player. And strangely, a lot of really kind of interesting sub-stories came out of the human aspect of the story. A lot of people had interesting stories, and one of them in particular sort of grabbed the attention of a lot of people, and it ended up kind of taking a life of its own, which ended up being better than what we had kind of intended. We'd sort of intended it to be about me and my quest to find a champion, and it ended up sort of taking a new path with me as sort of like I've been called a Gandalf, that sort of just kind of gets these people together for their own adventure, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, so finally we had the contest in August. I think it's been a lot of months. How many months ago was August?
Oh god, too many.
And we're about done with post-production, and we've officially submitted it to Toronto, and we've screened it a couple times privately. And the reaction has been very positive. We've got a great ending, and I'm just crossing my fingers, hoping that the last year and a half of work comes together at these film festivals and people enjoy it.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm excited for any video gaming movie. Once it's released, and it will be successful, I'm sure of it. Would you do any other future contests or films or anything like that?
I would never say no definitively, but I would like. I have 2 children, and I've been in school without income for a couple of years now, and my next project I would like to get paid for ahead of time, and whether that's a regular job or something, in the documentary realm, that's yet to be seen. A lot of it kind of depends on how well this film does. I think a Chasing Ghosts of the 90s would be interesting. We've got the one with all the 80s champs, and there's a lot of stories, including Thor's and mine, that really a lot of people don't know about, and that I find pretty interesting. Chris Tang and Nick Whiteley-Spock are another couple of guys that really gamers should know about if they're interested in the history of competitive gaming. So something like that might be a good way to go next.
Awesome. Well, I had my question and I totally lost it. So when is the release? When do you plan on releasing it again?
I'm new to this film festival process. From what I understand, it's nearly a year
from the time you
start submitting till when you've kind of made your way through the major festivals, and hopefully we'll get accepted by a few. And then I guess it's just a matter of if it hits DVD shelves shortly after, or if someone is kind enough to
put it in some theaters.
In some theaters, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure we can get some in theaters. I think it would be a great movie to see in a theater.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, guys, thank you for watching. Robin has worked real hard. He's told me about it, and you need to come see the movie when it comes out. Rent it or buy it on DVD, preferably. And we need more of these gaming movies out there. And I haven't got a chance to watch it, but I think it'll be a fantastic movie when it's released. And support the community. So until next time, guys, thank you.